Hello friends, welcome back to online lectures on soft skills. Let me tell you that in the previous lecture we talked about interviews. In fact, we started interviews and we also talked about the different types of interviews, and while talking about the types of the interviews, we had also thrown light on what could be the occasions for these interviews, and towards the end we had decided that in the lectures to follow we shall be discussing how to prepare, how to plan, because as humans all of us need jobs and we cannot get jobs without interviews. So time has come, we start preparing for that, and especially for those friends of mine who are already in jobs, they also start reshaping their dreams as to how to move forward, how to get promotions in their job, and promotions in their jobs will result out of interviews. So we need to understand the various preparatory steps. First is that you have already decided that you are going to plan for a job. When you plan for a job, have you ever thought that we decide jobs according to our choices? But is choice only the ingredient for getting jobs? All of us in some way or the other have some qualification, and based on our qualification we start looking for advertisements, especially those who could not get a job during their campus placement drives. They got ample time to add something more to their qualification, and now the time has come that they start applying for jobs. But before applying for jobs, let them decide which area, which discipline that they want a job in. Now before they decide, there are certain things they have to ask themselves. We call them preparatory steps. The first is analyze yourself, I mean self analysis. As I said in the previous lecture that we are not able to analyze ourselves, and that is where we take the wrong step. You know, you are having a degree in computer science, or somebody having a degree in mechanical engineering, or somebody having a master's in painting, but at times because they do not get job in their relevant fields, they switch over to a different field. Now how they will fit or how they will become a misfit, that only time will tell, but isn't it better to think beforehand and decide a career or a job based on our qualification? So first task for us is to have a sort of self analysis, analyze yourself. The second step is to identify your skills. You know, nowadays there is a lot of talk everywhere that we need people who are skilled, and especially those people who have got degrees and yet they are not getting jobs. The reason behind is they do not have the requisite skills. But remember, as long as you are pursuing your education, you are also developing or you are learning certain skills. You will find that even though you get a job in a relevant field, in order to prosper or in order to rise, you need to keep yourself updating every now and then, updating in sense of updating your skills. A skilled person can never sit idle. Am I right or not? You might have seen that a person who mends our shoes, even, he has got the skill. A person who actually has the skill to repair the cars, he has got a skill. A person who has got the skill of repairing your bikes and all these people, they do not sit idle. They may not be having the qualification which you have, but they have certain skills. And this is why nowadays we come across organizations where we feel that we need to have multiple skills. If a person today says that he will be doing only this job because he has been appointed for this job only, he is a gone case nowadays. Today you require so many skills, and we shall discuss what are these skills that the organizations are looking for. So first is you identify your skill. Some of these skills you might be possessing, and even if you do not possess, it is time you started thinking of those skills and learning those skills. Next is, when you want to apply for a job, depending upon your qualification and your skill, you will of course apply to different organizations, different companies, different institutes, different workplaces. Now, in order that you are applying, you should actually research about the organization. Now, why I say this is, when you go for the interview, research about the organization. Now, when you go for the interview, you never know what question will come, because you are going to apply for a particular organization. Is it not mandatory that you should have some knowledge about that organization? Then you should also, there is another step, you should also know about the job position. Suppose I apply for the post of say a manager, I need to understand what are the roles and responsibilities of a manager, meaning thereby what will be the expectations of me as a manager. So when you do all these things, perhaps your task becomes easier. As regards subject knowledge, because you have a degree, a diploma, say a master's, whatsoever, no? So you have a degree with you, but then the knowledge which you had, and suppose you sat idle for 2 years and you were simply looking for jobs, but within those 2 years, were you updating your knowledge? Were you also trying to upgrade your skills? So when you go for the job, what is of utmost importance is you have to revise your subject knowledge, because somebody who had done masters say in 1999, or somebody did a masters in 2010, and he applies or he is trying for a job now, of course there has been so many changes. And as a person who is, as I said, one word remember, he needs to be a person who is well aware and well rounded, meaning thereby he should have a sort of knowledge that is updated. And when you have all that, you can think of now writing or drafting your resume. But let us try to understand what are the requisites for all these preparatory steps. Now, the first is know yourself. When I say know yourself, what is it that you should know? This is a very difficult question, isn't it? If a person tries to know himself, perhaps things won't be wrong. What happens? As I said, and I have been saying rather, we either underestimate ourselves or we overestimate ourselves. We do not try to understand ourselves. Who am I? Ask yourself, who am I? The people do not want to ask themselves who they are. When you ask yourself who you are, you will be thinking about your qualification, you will be thinking about your achievements. Now many youngsters may say, sir, what achievements do I have? My dear friend, you have so many achievements. During your entire college life, you did have so many chances where you could achieve something, where you could be a very good debater, where you could be a very good speaker. You also could have been a very good sportsman. You also had the ability of writing. There's so many things that you have. Now, what are your achievements? You went somewhere to read a paper and you were awarded the best paper readers award. Are these not your achievements, my dear friend? So you need to understand who you are. So if you start asking yourself who you are, you will think about your achievements. And again, every individual, as I say, had certain strengths and certain weaknesses. Now, what are your strengths? There is no one who doesn't have any quality. Everyone has some quality or the other. Somebody has got very good speaking abilities. On the other hand, somebody has got very good writing abilities. Naturally, when he looks for a job, somebody has got very good convincing ability apart from his technical qualification or apart from his subject knowledge. So what he will do is he will look for a job where human resource management is required, where he has to look after HRM, isn't it? There are other people who are very good at talking to people, interviewing people. Naturally, he would try to have a job in the placement cell, or he would be a part of the recruitment cell. So there are so many things within you. The only thing is to look at yourself. Then when you recognize your strengths, because you have strengths, several strengths you have leadership, you have writing skills, you have the initiative, you have speaking skills, you have the computing skills, you have a degree in C++, somebody has a degree in Oracle, somebody has the knowledge of say some other updated programs and all. So these are different things which you have. The time is that you need to recognize where you are, because when you know about yourself, then perhaps when the question comes, you may be able to present yourself in a manner where the recruiter will know that you are the person who actually are required in his organization. And then also, as individuals, you should have a planning. Now what do I mean by planning? Suppose I am a teacher, I may have a plan. I may have a plan to write books. I may have a plan to deliver talks here and there, right, different parts of the world. I may have the plan also to have some administrative acumen, so developing my administrative acumen. Somebody may have the plan to become the CEO of an organization. Somebody might have the plan to become the in charge of the training and placement cell. So there are several ways you have a planning. Somebody might have a plan to become the general manager, or somebody might have been thinking of becoming the regional head of a particular organization. Now these are the planning. What are your planning? Again, when we talk about planning, there are other issues also involved, we shall discuss. Then, are you really clear about your goals? You want to have a job and you want to ensure that after having years of experience in this job, you will open your own organization. But again, that requires so many qualities. So you should decide what are your strengths, what are your goals, and you should also have a look at your past achievements. What have you done all these years? If you are in an organization where you have worked for so many years, look at yourself. I mean, having a sort of appraisal about yourself. Do you really make a sort of estimation over these years? How many papers I have written? What sort of patents I have developed? What sort of books I have written? What is my contribution to the knowledge area? What is my contribution to the world of computers? What have I added to the world of finance? All these questions are there that you must ask yourself, and then you will find that you have been able to understand yourself. So the first task before us is to know who we are. Then when I say you need to analyze your skills, you might have several skills. but you have to prioritize. I mean, you can think of such a skill where you feel you are very confident, you can do well. So if you have been able to recognize that, you should concentrate well on that, because that will become your own trademark, that will become your own USP, unique selling product, and for that task, for that job, you only will be called for. So are you able to do that? And again, when we say analyze yourself, you also have to think, what do you value? Now this is a question which is very specific, which is very subjective. Some of us value a sort of position, I mean post. There are some people who only believe, I do not need so many posts, I need actually to be considered or to be known as a well-known researcher in my area. Whenever anything is talked about in my area, people should only think of me. I mean, this is what I mean by value. What do you value? There are other considerations also. For example, some people would like that he should always be remembered for his administrative acumen, administrative capabilities. There are some people who have different sorts of motivation. I mean, there are some people who are only bothered about finance. I should have a very good package. It is the world of package. So I should need more money. So whether your consideration is money, status, power, so these are the things that you should decide. Naturally, when you start thinking about all these, you will start thinking in a different manner, and your choice of job will also be different. Somebody who wants to have a sort of coterie around him would like to go for administrative services and all. Somebody who simply wants a sort of research would like that there should be a cozy, comfortable, solitary cabin or a laboratory where he could work, design things, discover things and incubate. So these are different things that people often have to think about. And then you should also describe your personality. When I say personality, I mean how is your behavior, and when I say behavior, I also mean the style of your functioning. You want to go with a group or you want to work in isolation. But remember one thing very importantly, nowadays if somebody wants to work in isolation, he is not fit for today's organization. Today you will have to develop all these qualities of being with a group. So when I talk about behavior, I also think about what is your nature. Do you go with a group? Do you mix with a group? Do you really want to have a decision based on your members, your colleagues? And again, how fast do you think? How mentally alert are you? How you can think of, how you can anticipate, how you can have a sort of foresight about what may happen in the future. I mean, whether you have a vision, are you a visionary? Whatever we are doing today, but an intelligent person, a forward-looking person will also think of what may happen tomorrow. So what sort of person you are, and again in terms of work also you will have to think whether you are aggressive or whether you are democratic, whether you believe in going slowly but steadily. So these are different things that you have to analyze. Whether you believe that you are a person who will go slow but will see that things are done perfectly. I mean, if you are a person who believes in perfection, I mean a perfectionist, I mean specialist, fine. So these are the things that one should also think of, and then one should think, one should also look within himself how fast or how slow does he think. When we analyze ourselves, let us try to understand what are other factors. What is my background? I mean, why I am saying all this? because when you are going to write your resume, all these things will be taken care of. They will actually be mentioned in your background. So when I say background, I mean which sort of schools I have read, what is my exposure to the outside world, how acquainted am I with the goings on of the world, and then your accomplishments. What have you accomplished till now? Is it only that you have got A plus grade or A grade, or you have got a distinction, or you have written some papers, or you are simply confined to your degree, whatever degree you have got, you do not have anything more. So think about your accomplishments, achievements. Again, during interview, you know, it is not that always difficult questions are asked, because you are going to be judged by all angles and by several people in the interview, if it is going to be a panel interview or whatsoever. So you may also be aware of your hobbies. Now the question is, sometimes people, you know, when they are light-hearted, they may also ask you about your hobbies. They may also ask you about your interests, because we want to have a person who is well-rounded, not that somebody who is only bookish, somebody who doesn't have time for other activities. Because when you are in organization or when you are at the workplace, apart from the workplace also you have to have a sort of social relationship, and in order to continue and maintain these social relationships, you also have to have, and moreover you are to take responsibilities also, because even though you are an employee, but then there are other things also which you have to handle, and then comes your career goals. Now one thing that I had said, before you apply for your job, any specific job, you need to know about the organization. Suppose somebody has applied for a position in Wipro or in Infosys, or say in some other organization, L&T, fine, say in some other reputed organizations, in some multinational. It is time that you spend some hours by going to the website of the organization. You may not be having the prospectus of the organization or the report of the organization, but the website of the organization will tell you a lot about the operation. Maybe, no, you, as I said, you never know what sort of questions are going to be asked. So you should also, when you are applying for a particular organization and for a particular position, you should be aware of the growth rate, what this organization has come to and what it was. If you make a historical analysis, and that knowledge, that information will be available on the company website. What is the work culture? If you are going to work, if you are going to apply in an MNC, naturally you will find people of all faiths, all cultures will be there. Now, are you a person who can mix? Are you a person, and you can also think of what sort of language will be spoken there. If you feel that you are not good at a language, or you are not exposed to the language which is followed, language of correspondence, language of everyday exchanges and all. So you should, and what is the work culture? Whether the organization has got a corporate culture, what is corporate culture? So all these things you must understand before you apply, because there may be times when questions from these areas may also be asked. Imagine you are applying for an organization which has become very famous because of some new product. Suppose you are going to join Reliance Industries or Reliance Jio. Now, if you are not conversant with what are the new things that Reliance has done, maybe you are not updated. So, when you are applying for a job, you need to update yourself also about the organization. Then comes your job. What will be my job? What will be my responsibilities? you cannot understand your responsibilities, but then when you look at the company website and you analyze about yourself, looking at your own qualities and all, as I have said earlier, then you will feel that perhaps you have a chance there because you can handle that situation better. Sometimes if everything goes well, they can also ask you which task will you be able to do more comfortably. Fine. So it is here the chance that you can tell them and you can have a deal. What special duties you can perform or what special duties are given from time to time. So all these pieces of information have to be gathered. Are there certain challenges, and if I am able to meet those challenges? So questions may also be around these. They may, because as I said, psychologists also sit there. So they may also create a situation where they may give you a challenging situation and would like to know your response. Now the question is how to know about all these things. You can know about all these things only when you think beforehand, only when you anticipate. So try to understand your responsibilities, and again, many organizations have got certain specifications. For example, if a new organization you are going to join which has made a name in a particular area, but then you should be aware of that because questions may also come from that area. And then as a young person who actually tries to touch the limit of the sky, because every young man is ambitious, so he should also see what are the career prospects and what are the enhancements opportunities, how fast promotions is potential being recognized, what is the work culture. All these things will make your task easier. Now as you remember, we had been talking about having certain skills. Now let me tell you that these skills can be divided into two. One can be a sort of intuitive skills. The word intuitive comes from intuition. I mean, there are certain skills which are there within you, which you possess, but there are certain skills which you have to develop. Now here is a list of intuitive skills which some way or the other most of us have to some extent or the other. For example, adaptability. Now this skill is with all of us. It is a different thing that whether we adapt to or not, but having the willingness to adapt, we can adapt. And nowadays several organizations, they want an employee who can adapt to the changing needs of the organization. If you become a rigid one, naturally you become a misfit. Then comes analysis, assertiveness. So they are also going to see whether you have the ability or you have the skill to assert at times, because they are employing you not as an employee, but they are also looking at the future prospects, because in the days to come you may be a manager, and when situation demands and when you have to have a sort of solution, are you assertive enough? Are you confident enough? Have you sincerely performed your duties? Do you have that skill of creativity? Because there are times, unforeseen situations are always there, and leader or initiator or innovator is one who can think of something new and save the situation from getting sidetracked. So every recruiter would like to see whether you have the creativity, the imagination. Sometimes you will find that you have limited resources, but you have to complete the task in the deadline that has been given. So you can do that with not only your resourcefulness, with your efficiency, with your leadership, with your broad-mindedness, with a sort of looking forward nature and all. So all these, and sometimes things may go wrong. You are working in a group where there are people of different tastes, people of different opinions. Now how do you assimilate, how do you finally bring them to a point where they can convince. Do you have that sort of discretion? So all these skills, they are actually intuitive skills we have in us. We actually have to explore how we can further develop it, and they are, I mean, the recruiters are trying to look at all these skills. There is another category of skills which can be learned. Not all of us are very good at all these skills. I was literally a fool when I entered the job. I didn't know anything about the computers. I simply had seen that computer is just like a box, and there are certain, letters as it used to be in the typewriters. But then in course of time, as others, if you try, you can learn that. So nowadays we want people, or recruiters want people who have got these computer programming skills. If they are able to work on computers, there are other skills also associated. Can you market? No, in certain organizations they are looking for people who can be a good fit for marketing jobs. Are you having a sort of quality where you can talk, where you can make deals with your interpersonal skills? We have had long lectures in all these areas, and we have also seen that do we have people who have got this speaking ability, that if time comes they can speak on different occasions, they can organize events, they can conduct sessions, they can organize conferences, they can organize workshops, they can have a training and placement cell, and they can train people, because these are the requisites of today's workplace. And whether you are a person who has got the capability to do things in a limited amount of time, do you have the time management skills? Are you able to coordinate a group which is in an order where all people have different opinions? Can you really lead, and can you coordinate? Can you have a sort of quality where you can be administrative, and where you can think how you can provide a sort of leadership and a sort of initiative? Do you also have the ability to write and speak? Can you write? Do you have the ability of writing for different occasions? Because all these skills, they are not intuitive, they are actually the skills which can be learned. And every ambitious young man, every man who wants to go high in his life has to develop these skills. Dear friends, when we talk of these skills, and when you analyze yourself having all these skills within you, now you are perhaps ready for appearing at the interview. But before you appear for the interview, time has come that you start preparing your resume. But before you prepare your resume, develop your interview file. This interview file cannot be developed in just one day. At the time of the interview, the day of the interview, you find that your things are at 6s and 7. So when you have understood the requisites of organizations, of jobs, when you also understand the qualities that the recruiters are looking for, and when you know that you have the relevant qualification and a degree which can enable you to apply for certain jobs, please get ready with your documents. The first among them is a resume that sells, a resume that tells, a resume that can stand, a resume that can provide you a chance to compete with others. So we shall be discussing in the next lecture how to make a good resume, a resume that is saleable. But apart from resume, you also should possess your other testimonials, I mean your certificates, degrees, diplomas, whatsoever, in a proper order. You try to give them an order and keep them up in an interview file. It has been seen that people who are very intelligent enough and they know what other things can be asked, they have gathered certain newspaper clippings and all that, because before the interview they can just have a cursory look at that so that they can feel confidence. And then if you have some experience certificates, you have some certificates which you have earned in some of the conferences, in some of the competitions, in some of the workshops, these also will become a part of your interview file. And if you have got some award, if you have got some say scholarship, fellowship, whatsoever, these also should be kept in your interview file. And finally, because once you apply, and if you have all the requisites with you, nothing in the world can stop you from getting an interview letter or an interview call. So finally, keep all these things and get ready and start thinking that you are the man who is being looked for whom somebody is waiting, the recruiter is waiting, because recruiter would also like to recruit a person who has got all these qualities. But before you go to attain the interview, tell yourself that you are the person who is going to stand a chance, meaning thereby you should have the will to win. Somebody rightly says that victorious are those, or winners are those who do things with a difference. So you must have the will to win. The will to win, as you know, Confucius, one of the famous Chinese philosophers, says, let us make this your solid and the sole mantra: the will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential. These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Excellence is the hallmark of all interviews, and in order to be excellent, you need to develop all these skills, my dear friend. And once you have these skills, you are going to be victorious, you are going to be triumphant, you are going to be the winner. Win and make a difference. We shall discuss in the next lecture how to make a good resume, and then again we shall discuss how to appear at the interview and how to make the difference so that you can be considered excellent. And excellent are the people who are going to be selected, but those people also are not bad who do not get selected, because if they do not get selected now, the time is waiting for them once again. So let us think that we should have the will to win, the will to succeed, the urge to reach, and if you have all these keys, you can unlock the secrets of future, the store of future. Thank you very much.